The Game Awards 2019 are done and dusted. Much like last year, there were lots of big announcements, some expected and others fairly surprising. While Batman Arkham Legacy, Bayonetta 3 and Metroid Prime 4 didn't appear, there were some pretty cool premieres and developments to take away from the show. Let's go over the top 15 announcements from the Game Awards 2019. Project Scarlett is officially the Xbox Series X. Without question, the biggest announcement of the show was the Xbox Series X, formerly known as Project Scarlett. We finally got to see the design for both the console and controller, which is in keeping with the established Xbox One aesthetic. More details have begun to emerge about its power, the new D-pad and how quiet it is. Answer: about as quiet as the Xbox One X. But the fact that this reveal came out of nowhere made it all the more awesome. HELLBLADE 2: SENUA'S Saga. Speaking of out of nowhere, Ninja Theory's HELLBLADE 2: SENUA'S Saga was unveiled, running in-engine and in real time. SENUA is back, and seemingly more vicious than ever, while the original game's macabre tone and brutal aesthetic have been maintained. No release date was given or gameplay shown, but it's an Xbox Series X title and looks pretty darn good at this stage. Godfall released for PS5, published by Gearbox. It wouldn't be a show with next-gen consoles without at least one PS5 title. Counterplay Games and Gearbox Publishing would thus reveal Godfall, a slasher looter that will be exclusive to the PlayStation 5 and launches with the console in holiday 2020. It's also coming to PC via the Epic Games Store. While we need to see more of the core tenets, namely the looting and the slashing, it still looks promising. Bravely Default 2 announced. Nintendo didn't have as big of an impact this year, but the Switch is getting one sequel that no one quite expected, Bravely Default 2. Developed by Team Asano and Clay Techworks, both having worked on the previous games, Bravely Default 2 promises a brand new story and new characters, taking up arms as the heroes of light. The title will be exclusive to the Nintendo Switch and launches in 2020. It could also potentially mean the original Bravely Default games being ported over, which is exciting. Ghost of Tsushima out in summer 2020. After its last stellar gameplay showcase, Sucker Punch's latest trailer for Ghost of Tsushima was shorter and packed with bursts of action. It still looked great, offering a variety of locales and some bloody fine combat. The main takeaway was the release window. Ghost of Tsushima is out in summer 2020 and will indeed be coming to the PS4. We'll have to wait to see if that's early or late summer next year, but there's at least a time frame. Final Fantasy VII Remake. There was nothing too groundbreaking in Square Enix's latest trailer for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. The focus was on Cloud Strife, with scenes from the Mako Reactor mission and appearances by Aerith and Tifa. If nothing else, the development team has nailed the overall look of the classic while delivering gorgeous production values. Now, if only March 2020 could come sooner. Dungeons & Dragons: Dark Alliance. Fans of the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance series no doubt got a kick out of this announcement, when the haphazard camera work wasn't making them nauseous. Developed by Chuuk Games, Dungeons & Dragons: Dark Alliance is a 4-player co-op action RPG. Players will team together either locally or online to fight various foes of the D&D universe. Platforms and a release window have yet to be announced though. No More Heroes 3 and Aliens Man. What would have happened if E.T. grew up, returned to Earth with an army of alien assassins, and was an overbearing douchebag? What happens when he faces Travis Touchdown, fresh off of exile and back in Santa Destroy? Madness, apparently, though we didn't get to see much combat in this new trailer. Still, Travis is back, and No More Heroes 3 is out in 2020 for the Switch. Celebrate accordingly. Ruined King and Convergence. Not content with announcing one single-player game set in the League of Legends universe, Riot Games announced two, Ruined King and Convergence. The former is a traditional turn-based RPG from the developers of Battle Chasers Night War, and will feature beloved champions exploring the city of Bilgewater and the Shadow Isles. The latter is an action platformer set in Zorn, with the protagonist Echo capable of manipulating time. Both games will be coming to PC and consoles, and sound enticing in theory, though we'll need to see some gameplay. Sons of the Forest. "Hey, this looks like something from those guys who developed The Forest," was my first reaction. Sure enough, End Night Games' Sons of the Forest is a follow-up to the original survival horror title, but with seemingly more focus on co-op and tactical combat. What's going on though? When's it coming out? Will it enter early access first? What are the platforms? Regardless, given how good The Forest was, we have more faith in this sequel than most. Weird West. Wolf-Eye Studios, formed by the co-creators of Dishonored and Prey, finally unveiled its first title, Weird West. Meant as an immersive sim with action RPG elements, the title is a dark fantasy take on the Wild West. You'll play as a multitude of characters, each with their own unique stories, and where every decision has an impact. It's up to you to fight alone or gather your party for the road ahead. Overall, we're intrigued, though it seems a way off from release. Gears Tactics out in April 2020. Developer Splash Damage appeared to announce a release date for Gears Tactics. The turn-based strategy title arrives for PC on April 28, 2020, and the new trailer indicated a 40-hour-plus campaign. Soldiers will be recruited, skills upgraded, loot earned, and missions undertaken to defeat Arkham, a Locust army leader. Along with the Xbox Game Pass and the Microsoft Store, Gears Tactics will also be coming to Steam. Fast and Furious Crossroads. One last ride, they said, before also confirming that it's been 18 years since the first Fast and the Furious film debuted. Now it's time to enter the realm of games with Fast and Furious Crossroads, a team-based title with cars, gadgets, and heists. Because, of course. At least we have Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, and Tyrese Gibson acting out their signature roles. Plus, this has a release window, May 2020, and confirmed platforms, Xbox One, PS4, and PC. So those are some additional points in its favour. The Wolf Among Us 2 re-announced. After being cancelled and the original Telltale games going bankrupt, LCG Entertainment as Telltale and Ad Hoc Studio have re-announced The Wolf Among Us 2. It's still a prequel to the comics, but Bigby Wolf, along with his voice actor Adam Harrington, are back. Even better is the fact that the first game's directors Nick Herman and Dennis Lennart will also be directing the sequel. The Wolf Among Us 2 is coming to consoles and PC, though it's a timed exclusive on the Epic Games Store for the latter. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice wins Game of the Year 2019. Amid Disco Elysium and Death Stranding winning so many awards, and Resident Evil 2 being effectively snubbed, things seemed grim for Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. It won Best Action Adventure Game, but that was looking to be it. Lo and behold, as From Software beats the odds, and Sekiro wins Game of the Year 2019.
And that wraps it up. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload new videos daily, so make sure you don't miss them by subscribing. We appreciate your support, and we thank you for checking us out.